Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another edition of Belly Up Sound Off. I am back in return, your host, Jared Clem. Alongside, we have Big Boss, Mr. Mike Brown. And White Pablo Escobar, the elusive Rattlesnake. You know what? I thought I was watching an episode of Narcos for a second when I logged on. I was like, what the hell?
I mean, I think that's the best compliment I've gotten in a while. So
you should tell your wife when you get off. One of my coworkers just called me Pablo Escobar. So
yeah, I love it. That's absolutely
As she's selling some dope out the back door.
I got to pay for a new studio somehow.
Yeah, right.
My fucking fans won't pay for it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. There's only so much GoFundMe can get you. All right, fellas, we got a big show today. We got Zeke and Gordon, running backs, holding out. Honestly, wish we could get Eric Dickerson on for this. Could be a hilarious interview. Tom Brady extension. I don't know. None of us are Patriots fans, so we're just gonna rip it. MLB trading deadline was while I was on vacation, and I got ripped apart for the Greinke getting traded. Still love it though. And anything else we can do in our round table. So first off, ladies, Zeke and Gordon are both holding out. Zeke's in Cabo, and Melvin Gordon just wants to trade. What do y'all make of this? I'm on my opinions are split two different ways on both issues.
I think personally, I think the Cowboys. It's really weird because the Cowboys' schedule in the beginning of the season is kind of light, so I think they have a few games to kind of dictate where they want to go. And with Gordon, to me, they've got two running backs that not necessarily proven, but when Gordon was hurt, they were able to carry the rock.
Don't go full Mark Riley here.
No, I'm not saying that's a replacement.
I almost smacked him through the microphone today when he tried to tell me that Eckert and Johnson were a comparable duo to Melvin Gordon. I wanted to literally go through my microphone to Philadelphia and smack him repeatedly because he's too much of a football guy to realize that's a dumb take.
It just comes down to there's no market for these guys right now.
The problem is that Todd Gurley contract ruined the running back market.
That's what I'm saying. They want to hold out for it, but
even look at Le'Veon Bell. He lost what was it, $8 million of what his estimated value was because he held out.
And there was recordings of Melvin Gordon saying, yeah, he should record out, last year. He should hold out last year, blah blah blah. But the thing is it's funny too because last time this happened to Jimmy Johnson, a Jerry Jones, team, that was what Emmitt Smith. He held out for how many games, and then he ended up signing him, and that's why I think did they go to the Super Bowl that year? At least the playoffs deep.
That was probably
that was when they
96.
Yeah,
that was the year they lost because last year they won was my birth year.
I say so. So it's come full circle, but to me, the market's not there for the running back, so I think it's in the team's favor. Also,
we're seeing out of college right now, and Rattlesnake, you being a big college fan, can attest to this. We're seeing a large running back market come out every year. I mean, look at how deep the market was this year. We have my Birds getting Miles Sanders, who was a 5-star recruit going to Penn State, in the third round or second round. It's we had the guy from Kentucky, Snell, going to the Steelers in the third. We only run one running back draft in the first round, was Jacobs, and yet all these guys, and we have our boy David, who's screaming about this guy Montgomery, who honestly may only get about 40 touches of the season. I think he's probably the most overrated back in this draft class. And the thing is, unfortunately for these running backs, college is producing. Right now, it's a rarity to get a good quarterback out of college, but you're getting great receivers and great running backs because the transition we've seen between Saquon, Zeke, Gurley, it doesn't take much to go from 0 to 100 from college to the NFL. We've seen it multiple times from some of these running backs, and now everyone's talking, we can just replace Melvin Gordon with so-and-so. But I do think, to play devil's advocate to you, Mike, is that everyone's you can always replace. Running backs are a dime a dozen. Let's look at my Philadelphia Eagles last year, who, when they lost Jay Ajayi and Corey Clement, their offense essentially went anemic for the second half of the season because they had no running game to keep the pressure off Wentz and Nick Foles. So I do see your point, and the Cowboys are useless without Zeke. So that's why they have to pay him, but they won't because they want to pay Dak an exorbitant amount of money for a black Alex Smith.
Which blows my mind.
I know. It's literally, and the thing is, like, and I said that today, and everyone's like, are you serious? I'm like, if you look at their stats, you look at the film, and their tendencies throwing, Dak Prescott is a bulkier Alex Smith. That is what he is. And maybe he's a little better of a, like, you know, Smith may have had he throws the ball maybe 10 yards deeper than Smith does. But I love Dak Prescott in college. But here's the problem. His ceiling is low. He is the Jabari Parker of the NFL compared to... No, he literally has a ceiling that's this high, and he's already hitting it, and he can't go higher than it. And because his lack of arm strength, his deep ball accuracy, and the only reason like they won that game on Thanksgiving, if you guys remember, against the Redskins, Amari Cooper broke 3 touchdowns off of broken tackles.
Yeah, he ripped that.
It wasn't like he's throwing these dime passes. They're 20, 30-yard routes he's squeaking these balls into probably one of the best receivers in the league, Amari Cooper. So to me, Zeke is more important. I think the Chargers will be okay without Gordon. I still think he's worth 2.5 wins for them, maybe 1.5 max, depending on what Vegas would think about that. But I think the running back market, it depends on the player itself, not as much the total position.
Well, I mean, personally, I hate Dallas. So anything that will negatively affect the Cowboys, I'm on board with.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to find my Eagles hat for you, Rattlesnake.
Dallas, that's close to home. You're getting bomb threats.
Me?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm from Austin. We hate Dallas.
I think everybody except for Dallas hates Dallas.
Yeah.
And there's even people in
I'm
Dallas
all Houston, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I met probably maybe a half a dozen people from Texas, and they're all from different walks of life in different areas, and they're all like, yeah, we all hate Dallas.
Yeah, they're pieces of shit. That's the best way to put it, yeah. If anybody's from Dallas that's listening, I mean, I don't know, they can fuck off.
It's like how, 90% of Florida hates Tallahassee, you know.
Yeah, and by the way, all those Dallas fans that can fuck off, by the way, I have a podcast. It's called Chairgatin. Love to have you on sometime.
Did he just roasted his following for this week?
Right.
Hey, listen, he's got to keep up with his drug kingpin. Look, he can't take any prisoners.
Man, I always talk shit. Whoever is actually a fan of my podcast, I mean, good for them. They put up with a lot.
I am, even though I know Jack Dick about NASCAR.
There you go, man. You don't gotta know.
I see the interviews you get, and I'm like, all right, I kind of know who he is, but he's got a professional logo on, so he must be important.
Yeah. If he's got, we're that's the biggest thing. Twitter check marks. I think that's what we're just trying to do. Is anybody that's got a Twitter check mark, we're trying to get him on
more and more people. It's so crazy to me. Like, I mean, you being a Texas guy, we're talking about Dallas, but to revert back, Melvin Gordon's probably going to dealt. Mike, I love him going to your Lions.
You think? I just don't.
They would be the team to throw the book at him to get him on that team. He also fit a Matt Patricia system, too.
I was reading a thing about Patricia. They just said that, and it was a local Detroit, I forget even who it was, just saying that the rocket scientist, blah, blah, fell flat on his face and blah, 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 just ripping him totally how he went from a pass-heavy offense to try to implement the run. And they're just pretty much counting him out within one season. I
love Kerryon Johnson as a running back, but I'm saying even if you got Gordon for a 1-year rental.
What does he sign for? He's on his last year's rookie deal?
He's on last year's rookie deal. And this is why I don't care. I almost hope that Dallas just tells Zeke to F off and he holds out for the season because he has one more year left of his deal. And we may be looking at another Le'Veon Bell situation, but here's Le'Veon's talent, here's Zeke's talent. The problem is, here's Le'Veon's maturity, here's Zeke's maturity.
Which is hard to believe because
I know.
In the beginning you think Le'Veon would be...
As much as everyone rips Le'Veon Bell, if you really go through the facts of what he actually did, in actuality, the dude stayed training, the dude never got in trouble with the law while he was holding out. Except for that incident with LeGarrette Blount when he was a rookie, he's not gotten arrested.
Isn't it sad that with professional athletes, we have to
base it off arrests
for being like, you were never arrested in the past 2 years.
Zeke's gotten more fights at music festivals than there are months a year.
It's just sad when we gotta be like, no gun charges, no drug charges.
Your character, Zeke's who is
You all should be NASCAR fans. We don't deal with this.
This is happy-go-lucky. Here we go.
Yeah.
They're making a left turn!
That's right.
What was that old line? It's like, it's the easiest sport to follow when you're hammered.
It is. That's why
You
a bunch
gotta
of drunk
close one eye, put your foot on the floor.
Listen, there was an entire, like, literally during the Miami games, I needed to be hammered last year because Mark Rick's play calling made me want to puke.
Might as well, man. Anyways, moving along, unless Rattlesnakes has something to add here.
I was going to say the Texans need a running back, so we'd be happy to take somebody out.
Oh my God, Melvin Gordon.
Kudos to them.
Melvin Gordon, that offense would be disgusting. I mean, listen,
kudos to them for releasing.
Lamar Miller, he's a boy, but like,
old boy.
He made the Pro Bowl last year. It's not Miller, it's your offensive line, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. That's been the problem since we've existed. I mean, we've always dealt with offensive line problems.
The one good year you guys had no line, you had Matt Schaub catching snaps. So like,
hey, dude, Schaub was a Pro Bowler. All right.
I really feel like when you say Schaub was a Pro Bowler, that whole title loses.
Don't forget, man.
That's when they just went down the list and said, "Oh, you're injured. Who's next? Who's next?"
Dude, no. You know what? Schaub was good at one point. All right.
Also lost me a Madden fantasy.
Schaub was good at one point. Y'all can hate all you want. What was that, like 2013, 2012? Like, he was good, all right?
Remember when we all thought he was like the heir apparent while Vic was injured in 06, and we were like, oh my God, this guy is the next big thing. Yeah. All right, next up, speaking of overpaid athlete, underpaid athlete.
Overpaid?
I was just going to say, of all people.
That's a hot take.
Literally, the one guy on this planet who is literally proving that quarterbacks don't need to make $1 billion as long as you have a wife who makes it. Tom Brady, he's 42. He just got a 2-year extension. He's now the 6th highest paid quarterback in the league, which I find hilarious.
That's insane.
This is why the NFL is hilarious to me, because number 3 is my boy Big Dick Nick. Number one, I think Matt Ryan is still number 1. Or
is him or Russell Wilson? I don't even know.
No, Danger Russ is number 1. Yeah, you're right. And then Matt Ryan's number 2. The fact is, I guarantee you right now, I would bet my firstborn child's middle name on this, that neither Russell Wilson or Matt Ryan will ever win another Super Bowl. I could give you 15 reasons for each team why.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, because the Seahawks, they gave Russell all their money. They have no more cap space. They're going to
that's when
it's Russell and Bobby Wagner and draft picks for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And
their number 1 is Tyler. Well, they got Metcalf, but.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing.
With the freaking Falcons, you have Dan Quinn, who literally is the best choke artist on the planet.
Yeah, I mean, has that ever been proven? Oh, yeah, Super Bowl.
28-3.
I was going to say,
you see Doug Peterson blow a lead like that? No. All right, so Tom Brady gets extension. There's no doubting Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. If you really want to argue that right now, you really need to go.
The only argument that I've heard that's like, well, it's like Bill Belichick is probably the best coach of all time.
I would argue that too.
So it's like them combined. You're like,
the only guy you could throw in there is possibly
thing, but
the only guy you could possibly throw in there is like Bill Walsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I get the system quarterback argument. I'm like, I could see that.
At the
same time, the system doesn't work without
Brady, because you have to have Brady's mental capacity.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember when Chad Ochocinco went to the Patriots and he literally left after a month and he was like, dude, this offense was like trying to understand trigonometry. It was like insane.
Him and Reggie Wayne.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Reggie Wayne for a hot second. Like,
he just said that their practices are way too intense. I'm done.
Yeah.
This is not.
Well, it's literally, you realize all the receivers, you probably could look at their collective GPAs, they probably are higher than like most of the guys at like some of the other like Ivy League schools. These guys are all smart dudes. Edelman was all academic, I think, and so was
it's like, I mean, is
Hogan and all them.
Is Tom Brady the most athletic quarterback? Absolutely not. Nowhere close.
But can he comprehend? Ran a faster 40 time than he did.
Yeah. Like, so, but can he comprehend and, like, actually execute what Bill Belichick wants to do? Yes, then that's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I think we all agree he's probably the greatest of all time.
When Brady was at the peak of his powers and had Randy Moss, he was basically unstoppable until he played that like untouchable Giants pass rush. Shout out to the NASCAR package. Gave me a position to play in high school.
Yeah, I love it. Just pin your ears back and go.
Fast to play D tackle.
But really, I mean, what was the other option for the Patriots?
Yeah, what was it? Like, just wait for Brady's contract to expire and start, like, drama?
There was nothing, so it was expected, I mean. But now you hear all that stuff.
Knocking it, though. I saw while I was on vacation. I'm like, all right, whatever. Good for the Patriots. Good for Brady.
To me, it wasn't news.
Listen, I stopped hating the Patriots after we beat them 2 years ago. I'm like, all right, debt for 04 forgiven. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the Patriots. They're just, like, they're so good. Like, you can't really hate it. Like, okay,
you gotta respect success.
Right. If my team lost to them in Super Bowl, like Atlanta, like, okay, I guess I get that. That would be heartbreaking.
I'd be more
my team
win, but
my team loses to them every single season, first round. So I'm just like, yep, there we go.
Yeah, even though every year I have hope that they somehow pull off an upset.
Yeah, I'm just like
that 1 year Clowney like almost knocked Brady out of the game.
Exactly.
I think it was 2 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah. Also,
that
by the way,
the
Hopkins and Jadeveon Clowney are my two favorite players that aren't Eagles.
Oh, like, dude, I love.
Oh, I've also been a Clowney fan since he knocked out the guy from Michigan. Also, like, I have South Carolina bloodline, so that makes sense.
That's what solidified his.
So also, that's why I love Hop too. But like I also said last year, and I got ripped apart when it was my second article I ever did for you guys. I said Hopkins was going to be the best receiver in the NFL if he got a consistent quarterback.
Who ripped you apart? Because I would 100%.
It was probably one of the college nut.
Yeah. Because I agree with you. I think he is the best wide receiver in the NFL.
He was with everybody as his
with Cody Kessler and Brent fucking Whedon. Like, if you really want to get down to it, it's he's like what A- for speed. His hands are like legendary. His catch radius is ridiculous. The guy is just. The only thing I can really knock him for is his fashion sense. But besides that, like, come on.
Oh, dude, I love it. I love the dreads.
Well, listen, I had a teammate, one of my teammates from my flag team wore his dreads like Hopkins, and they used to bust his balls for it, but...
Oh, dude, I love it.
No, I mean, I think the Texans are actually going to win our division. Everybody's like, no, the Colts got it.
Oh, no. I just shut down...
I think we got it.
Well, here's the thing.
I like how the Colts...
Show me how Luck is going to stay healthy for a full season.
Exactly. Really. Exactly. That's what I said. I'm like, well, it's never happened. So when like
it happened last year, but here's the problem. It was like, Mark is the biggest Andrew Luck.
I was just gonna say, can we dial in Mark?
No, because he's not gonna answer. Because he knows like, and he's like, oh, like when he was a rookie, they made it to the playoffs. I'm like, no, yes, they made it to the playoffs, but they also had a decent roster, still from the Peyton Manning era. They had like some of the remnants from that team.
And don't get me wrong, in college, I was a huge Andrew Luck fan. I loved him in college.
I couldn't stand how everyone thought he was the second coming of Jesus when he came out of the
He looked like Jesus.
I was rooting for him to fail because of how much
Jesus had Down syndrome.
What was the Civil War general?
Didn't we already have one fucking debate? Oh no, that was Parkinson's.
No, yeah, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I don't like hate Andrew Luck. Like he seems like a cool guy. He's not gonna stay healthy. So I know we're going to end up... I
would almost bet more on Watson and Wentz staying healthy over Luck. Because at least, like, Luck just... I don't know what it is. Like, maybe it's because of their athleticism. Like, everyone's like, oh, Luck's so athletic. I'm like, he's really not. He's just surprisingly fast downhill.
He just reminds me of, like, a bowling ball.
Exactly. Like, Wentz is just elusive, and Watson is an athlete. Like...
Anytime somebody tries to tell me a white quarterback's athletic, I'm like,
Unless they're like a freak. Unless they're a freak
he's
like
Wentz. Ball.
Unless he's a freak like Wentz is like the one athletic white quarterback I've seen in a while.
Yeah,
like Baker,
it's rare.
Baker is the same kind of type as like Luck, but only he's my height. He's 5'11" and a half.
That's the thing. It's like, is Baker, yeah, sure, he's athletic for his size, but like, I don't know. I'm like, we're white guys. We're not athletic, all right?
Ian Baker would see eyeball to eyeball. I'm 5'11" and a half, just like he is. It's a little terrifying.
He's from Austin. I don't like him at all, but
I love Baker. He's like
I don't like him.
I honestly,
he's a poster boy for BellyUp Sports.
I would do the handlebars just for him.
I know. I don't like him. There's something about him. I don't know.
If it wasn't for my Viking beard I'm doing, I would literally like probably do a Baker Mayfield handlebars for just for that.
I had the handlebar and I shaved it because I'm like, fuck Baker Mayfield.
Anyways, let's get into the next topic here. Kind of switching it up to the MLB trade deadline, kind of thoughts on that. And then we'll give our World Series kind of predictions here. To me, it shouldn't stray too far. I can only imagine what Rattlesnake has to say.
Can I give the introduction?
Yes, let's do this.
Matt.
Yeah,
thank you for your entire farm system. Here is a guy who we gave a lot of money to, was a great ace for us, and will be your third pitcher. I think honestly,
but that staff
here's the thing. It worked out great for both teams because it fit both their needs. The Diamondbacks,
one's win now and one's
Well, the Diamondbacks, as long as they win 80 games, I'm going to make Jack jump off of a high bridge. And the thing is, the thing is with the Diamondbacks, they're a year away. They still have Ketel Marte, who's one of the best player, like up and coming players in baseball, up there with Acuna, Baez, and whoever. And the thing is with the Diamondbacks, they have a very young core. They have a lot of good players. They have a lot of good pitchers. Problem is, they're all everything I've read when I did scouting reports, baseball, hardball talk, whatever. It's that everyone's a year away. And being a Diamondbacks fan, long suffering.
I'm a Diamondback fan, by the way. That's just
it's a long.
Are there real Diamondbacks fans?
Like, why?
I've been a D-backs fan since before they won the
People
World.
in Arizona aren't real Diamondback fans.
They're all retirement home people. But anyway, I look at that team and I'm like, all right, like Mark was trying to rub it in with when they happen. I'm like, I like this because we didn't get rid of our best pitcher, who's Robbie Ray. If honestly, Ray right now is a better pitcher than Greinke because Ray's got more stuff. Ray's 26, and Greinke, honestly, this is what I'm worried about with you, Rattlesnake, in that ballpark of yours, that short right field porch. Righties hit a lot of dingers off Greinke. And that short right field porch is going to be a problem for you guys in the postseason. But if Greinke pitches like he did from like June on, you guys now have 3 dominant starters. And I said it on the podcast, the Stros are my World Series pick.
There you go. That's what I was going to say.
Last shot from the boy George Springer, UConn represent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. There's good teams out there. You know, you got the Yankees, the Dodgers, but the Stros made that move to win a World Series this year.
No, yep.
Like they're ready. We have the team, so it's like let's go. You know, while we still have this team, and we just won one 2 years ago. I mean, that would be incredible. No Texas team has won the World Series until the Astros won 2 years ago. So to have 2 that quickly, I mean, that would be incredible.
Well, the thing is, when you brought up the Dodgers, the problem with the Dodgers, they're trying to be a very farm-based team, and they didn't make any moves. It's the first time in like 5 years the Dodgers haven't made a move at the deadline. And yes, they're running with the NL West because you have the Rockies, Padres, Giants, and Diamondbacks beating the living hell out of each other at 500. And the thing is, it's only the Giants and Diamondbacks who still have a shot at making the playoffs at 500, and somehow the Mets are still alive. It's really, we're going to look at the race of the playoff teams. You have the Astros. You have, that's pretty much the only team I can make a solid case for. And I would not feel like a little uneasy throwing
for the playoffs.
If I'm taking
the Yankees,
World Series, yeah, the Yankees make the playoffs.
World Series.
But Rattlesnake, what wins the playoffs? Pitching. It's always been pitching. You can get a timely hit from a utility guy, but it doesn't matter. You can't. The Red Sox were the one team that could slug their way to a title last year, but we even look how that turned out this year. I was like, I just had Kevin Langley, my resident Red Sox fan, essentially rip the Red Sox for a half hour about how they are horrible and Dave Dombrowski is making this up as he goes, and I completely agree with him.
I can't wait until they don't make the playoffs the year after they win the World Series.
That happens every time, though.
I will die laughing. Not for the Astros.
Every time.
We're still up, baby. So I will be so happy.
Astros are the new consistent team.
Yeah, because they're young.
They're the listen, the Astros are the new age consistency. Because
you talk about
my boy Alex Bregman, my favorite baseball player who's not playing in an Arizona Diamondbacks uniform.
It was a long time coming. So
I love Bregman.
That was fun growing a lot of it.
Springer. You guys have the right formula. You sucked for 10 years. You loaded your farm system up to the teeth, and then these guys are destroying. You did what the Cubs did, but you made it consistent.
Right. I will say I miss the times when we sucked because
walking in the stadium was cheap.
Tickets were $7. Nobody checked. I would sit behind the dugout, put my feet up on, the dugout, and just drink like a $2 beer.
The only time I can get to see a Diamondbacks game is they play in New York City or in Boston. So really, I never have that opportunity.
Right, yeah.
The luxury.
Yeah.
Which I do love everything about what you're saying about Dombrowski being a Tigers fan. He depleted our entire team, and it is going full circle to Boston. Did he give us
JD Martinez for like pennies?
Well, at least the GM for the past 3 seasons now, Al Avila too, is just giving our farmhands away. Or, I mean, not our farmhands, our stars away. Shane Green, we got think a bag of potato chips for. I mean, essentially, it's ridiculous. But going full circle, Boston, they've got a 1, maybe 2-year window yet with this staff or this group, and then it's just. When I was
talking to Peralt before the season, we were talking. Me and him I was grilling about this. I'm like, are you guys really going to keep this roster together?
No way.
No, because Mookie Betts is going to demand ridiculous.
Him and Xander. I mean, all those guys. I mean, how they all are.
You're not going to keep JD Martinez. He's a mercenary. He doesn't have any loyalty to Boston. And the thing is, like, and Chris Sale's washed up because they figured out his fastball. It's not like it's rocket science. It's not like he's Randy Johnson where he can throw 6 different pitches at 100 miles an hour. And David Price may be the best free agent blunder of all time.
Dude, you know what's so funny is there's so many Tiger ties that make me feel good about myself, but also make me feel like shit.
And by the way, Mike,
that is all.
Mike, I was wondering, how are you a Tigers fan, not part of the tribe?
You know what's funny is growing up, living in Ohio, Ohio State College was 100%. And then my dad, and actually his dad, my dad's dad would get him out of school, like, you know, a little earlier in school, and they would drive up to Detroit, and they go to a game. And they ended up going to see the Nolan Ryan no-hitter. And I think from just growing up and hearing that, and then him taking me to all Detroit games, it was just like, dude, that's all it was.
Is there not Detroit like a Detroit-Cleveland like rivalry or anything?
Oh, it's a horrible rivalry, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, all right.
So when I go to games, I'm wearing Tiger stuff, and a lot of times where we used to live, Detroit was only 45 minutes, so it was no big deal. But now Cleveland's closer, so we're going to Cleveland. So I'm not going to lie. I'll throw on maybe some Browns gear or something like that.
I will say...
Or some you know, our boy Baker Mayfield's T-shirt or something like that.
Yeah. I will say,
kind of slow.
I got to go watch the Indians play the Cubs in the World Series in Cleveland, and I still have an Indians hat just because
blend
of that.
in, dude.
I'm one of those guys who tries to stand out in the crowd.
Yeah, it was.
I'm just that asshole.
Yeah, you're a Philly fan.
No, my dad was like,
I tried to
hey,
start
we'll
a
get
fight
you
with a whole
tickets.
section of Jets fans.
Well, my dad was like, hey, I'll get you tickets to the World Series if you wear like a Cleveland's hat, and I was like, are you buying the hat too? So
like, I got a Goodwill.
I'm not gonna pay for Cleveland shit, but I made sure to get the what's his face,
Chief Wahoo,
because I was like, that shit's going out within like 2.
Oh yeah.
And now all you see is the fucking stupid C. And I'm like,
we're talking about the BellyUp shirts. Buy a T-shirt with my sugar mom on the front of it.
Alex.
I like that shirt. I like that shirt. That's dope.
I went on the Vineyard, and by the way, Alex Morgan, my future sugar mama.
I don't give a fuck about soccer, let alone women's soccer.
Oh no, like listen, like
but
I've been all
fun.
about I've been in love with Alex Morgan since I was like 19. So like this is happening. Like,
dude, the sip thing with the cup, like I was like, I can actually get down with that.
I'm like, wish I was 30 and wish I was her Spanish soccer playing boyfriend.
Clean her pool or something like that.
Yeah, right. That's why I said future sugar mom. I'm coming for him.
You know what's funny is Rattlesnake, just listening to him talk, and then him roasting his following last week. It just makes me wonder. You know, like he just puts everyone on blast. So
yeah, why
does
anybody like me? I don't understand. I just talk shit about everybody and everything.
It's the mustache.
I don't understand. Yeah, I'm an asshole. So
you keep it real.
Listen to my podcast.
That's why me and him get along so well, because we're both assholes. Oh no, I literally make KJ want to slam his microphone by the end of a podcast usually.
Oh,
like my favorite non-corner booth resident is Zach Mack, because he's my favorite troll.
Yeah, Zach Mack's awesome.
I mean, the group that we have, yes, it's a lot of fun. Too bad, you know, they're always working real jobs and shit like that. So,
and listen, talk to the guy who's got to drive to Maine tomorrow, and I really don't.
Yes, we won't keep you late, so we'll head into our round table. Yep, we'll head into our round table. Kind of anything's on the table, whatever you guys want to discuss. We'll keep it short, get you out of here. I'll let one of you guys start, whether it's Jared, Rattlesnake, whatever you guys want to do.
Well, Jared likes to talk, so let's go ahead first.
Let's the newbies got to go.
Look at that. Oh.
No, because I got to formulate what I'm saying first. My brain doesn't work that fast.
I mean, all I talk is NASCAR, so, like, nothing, like, y'all aren't going to have any fun talking about NASCAR.
No, I got it.
College football's in 3 weeks.
I'll start.
My
Jared's going to have to take a timeout. Jared's going to have to take a time out of this, but recently I just had a interview with Candace Harbin.
That's right.
Ex, Monster Energy
Monster
NASCAR,
Girl.
And we were talking about the new NASCAR Wives show. I know Jared has no clue probably what we're talking about, but it's pretty much Kyle.
It's like The Bachelor for rednecks.
Yep, Kyle, Kurt Busch, Austin Dillon, all their wives. I'm not going to lie, only one episode in, it's kind of my guilty pleasure. My wife was kind of busting my balls on it. She's like, why are you watching this? I was like, I don't know, whatever. And so I paused it to go upstairs, and she's like, are you going to finish this? She was getting into it. So needless to say, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing this. I'm not going to lie, Whitney Dillon, she's kind of got me wrapped around her finger. It's only one episode in, but I'm no comparison to AD.
My boy.
So
AD,
I was going to say, so definitely.
3.
But like I was talking to Rattlesnake a little earlier, this new Canadian driver, her name is Amber. I don't know how you pronounce it, if it's Ballison or whatever. She's from Canada. She may, depending on where this team goes, she's trying to get on Kyle Busch's was it Kyle Busch Motorsports or whatever
KBM.
it is or something.
Yeah, they do racing.
So literally, the best part about this is the first episode. She's at a full-blown NASCAR party where I guess the NASCAR community, when you get together for charity and stuff like that, it's very sophisticated. Well, this girl goes to the bar and just starts slamming shots, and she's just like, she's like so out. Yeah. So the first thing Kurt Busch looks, and he goes, oh, so that's your girl. He's talking to his wife. He's like, so that's your girl over there at the bar slamming shots? Kyle or Kurt? No, it was Kyle. Or, I mean, I'm sorry, Kurt. Kurt was saying, yes. Oh, wow. Kurt was saying it. And he's like, that's your girl over there slamming shots. And his wife's like, no, she's not doing that. And she turns around and the girl just bottoms up. So this is kind of my guilty pleasure. I know it's nowhere near where Jared's at. I know Rattlesnake will eventually. I know your wife. You said she watched it, but looking forward to Friday nights to seeing that.
Cooler than I thought, because I've never heard of this girl, Canadian late model stock car racer up in Canada. And from what it sounds like, Kyle Busch's wife just wants like a female driver.
She's all about it. Yep.
For whatever reason, because it's 2019 and you just need a female to fit every single role. And so they picked this random Canadian girl. I don't know why. We got Haley Deegan over here who's like tearing shit up.
Yeah. What'd you say? She's almost the equivalent on Twitter as Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, Haley Deegan, and she's actually a good driver too. That's the thing. She's not like Danica Patrick, who doesn't know how to fucking turn left. But Haley Deegan's actually a legit ass driver, so I don't know why she's not on there. But yeah, that's NASCAR. Hey, wake up! NASCAR's over. Let's go.
God, I don't know what's worse, NASCAR or fucking hockey.
First of all, soccer is worse than all of them, obviously.
Well, listen, I'll talk World Cup soccer any day.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Listen, I used to love NASCAR. My boy Jeffy G was still doing things, but...
Jeff Gordon?
Yes.
Jesus.
Rainbow Warrior?
God, catch up.
That makes sense.
Well, no, he retired like 2 years ago. Now, like, NASCAR's just dead to me at this point.
Oh, my God. All right, go on.
Listen, like one of the first toys I ever got as a kid was a Jeff Gordon NASCAR, like, model. So, you know what? Like, that was it for me. I always followed him for that for every race. That was it.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right, we interrupted this.
Hold on, I'm just...
I'm dead ass, though. When I was a kid, I literally got a Jeff Gordon model Lego when I was a kid, and, like, ever since, I followed him, like, throughout his career when I was... So, I did watch NASCAR. I never actually watched races, but on SportsCenter, I'd always watch to see how he did. So, like, it wasn't like I hate on NASCAR. It was just like, once he retired, I was like, oh.
Man, we got so many good drivers right now.
I mean, like, that dude from Connecticut, is he still alive?
Who? What do you mean with that dude from Connecticut? Who? Joey Logano? Is he from?
Yeah, Joey Logano.
Is he still alive? He just won the championship last year.
I don't pay attention, bro.
You think NASCAR drivers just like die? Like they're like, yeah.
My last call is actually about my last call. It says a corner booth thing. By the way, check out the Corner Booth podcast. Rattlesnake, I think you have to come on one of these days just to give Mark, to give Mark some shit about his
college football. I like college football.
Actually, you're in luck. So next Monday we are doing our college football special. We would love for you to come on. So it's going to be me, Kevin, and Mark. And Kevin being the Alabama fan, Mark, West Virginia, me, Miami. And I can't remember who you're a fan of right now.
U of H, go Cougs. But I don't hate.
Oh yeah, that's right. Teams. You're an AAC fan.
Hey, I'm not an AAC fan. All right.
Conference USA, shout out.
Throwback Conference USA.
Yeah, right. Big East of Miami.
Yeah, I don't hate any of those teams, so it won't be as fun. Like, I wish there was some team that I hated.
But I hate Florida State, so.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, but we beat the fuck out of Florida State, so I don't.
Like, I always joke with people like, yo, the Bama, the Gulf Coast of Florida is gorgeous. I'm like, yeah, until you get past Fort Lauderdale, that turns into a third world country.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
go
like
north
Florida.
of Orlando, anywhere inland. Anywhere except for Orlando inland is a third world country.
Orlando is inland.
Yeah, Orlando's like this. It's like Wakanda in the middle of Africa. It's just like there's third world around.
Made up place.
Gleaming light of hope, but it's Orlando. No,
I don't like
Florida State. Orlando, the game is playing there August 24th for the 150th anniversary of college football.
So I don't like Florida State because we played them and their fans were terrible. But I also think they're just I also just kind of pity them because we beat the fuck out of them. So I'm like, I mean, you're trash. I don't care.
You're trash.
Who's that girl that did Thank You Next?
Everyone knows here who I'm a fan of, which team I root for, which team I scream at the TV for.
That team that's always overhyped within my first 2 games, then people start to realize that they're not as good as...
back until Mark Rick started calling plays.
The U is back 3 weeks into every season.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you something right now. My last call is actually about this game.
All right.
Now, Manny Diaz is probably the most excited I've ever seen this program about a coach since Jimmy Johnson was here. I wasn't alive for Jimmy Johnson.
I was just going to say, how old are you?
The hype around Manny Diaz as a coach, he is so Miami, it's not even funny. It's
all I'm saying is don't buy the hype. Don't buy the hype.
I'm not buying. No, listen. There is no hype around us. We're the third-ranked team in the conference. They picked Virginia over us.
Really?
Virginia's quarterback has no arm. So
damn, that's rough.
This is why I love this year. Not only did we rob half the teams in the country of their top players in the transfer portal. Shout out to KJ Osborne, all the boys out of Bubba Bolden, all those dudes out of the West Coast who came over.
Woo.
But
Mike's back.
I got a nice text from Mike, and I'm just like, this is disturbing. I'm not going to rate it.
Dude, I
Mike,
never had to blow.
Hear about it. Don't say it. We're going to lose viewership.
No, that's fine.
Did you just take a shit?
Anymore.
Oh, you took a shit.
My diapers couldn't hold
it. Well, you are old as shit.
Yeah, you are like 40, 50?
It depends. Yeah. Both are trying to hold that one in.
Jesus, that's a problem. Oh my God, all my beers are empty. What in the actual fuck?
Mine's empty too.
That's why, Jesus. Anyways.
So I was talking about
NASCAR,
Miami,
right?
Florida, August 24th. And why I've been hearing nonstop how Florida is going to, this is their coming out party. Florida's going to be back in the spotlight. Florida's back. And I'm like, this is the perfect storm. I was on Rattlesnake this just now. Miami's not even ranked in the top 3 in their own division. They're ranked 3rd in their division right now behind Virginia and, of course, Clemson. Clemson I get. Virginia was just disrespectful. Virginia's quarterback has the arm strength of a high schooler, and he's just a mobile runner. Their defense was good, but they lost the 2 twins to the NFL 2 years ago. And last year they lost because N'Kosi Perry got the crap beat at him in the first quarter, and Rick pulled him for that functioning moron named Malik Rozier, who I want dead.
Boy, that's your boy.
I want Malik Rozier dead.
Easy.
Not dead. I want him.
Watch him actually
politically
die.
correct.
I want
He's
him.
gonna get into like a car accident.
I wanted
and they're gonna
him
play this
off.
shit.
I wanted him.
Yeah, we're gonna have like 1 million views for the wrong reason.
I know. I just have Carter cut that out. I wanted Malik Rozier gone for any academic scandal or something possible because he was so horrible. And Mark Richt would coddle him and put him in. Yes, N'Kosi Perry's an idiot, and he got in trouble every game for like doing something stupid off the field. But the dude was a 5-star recruit. And when he played in the Florida State game, proved it to me. This kid has the stuff to be a good quarterback when he actually gets the right play calling. When Mark Richt took the chain off his neck and let him start throwing the ball down the field, Miami...
So how many games do you think Miami's going to win this season? That's
10.
all that matters.
10.
Are you willing to put money on that right now?
I actually will put money. $50 right now.
50? I'm taking it.
Because the only game they could
I'm taking the under on that.
I'm going to look
like
at
100.
I will
take 100 on that under.
I will look at their schedule right now, and I will tell you all the wins they're going to get. Because the only team in that conference that is going to beat them is Clemson.
So has Tate been announced a starter? Are they...
It's still up for it, but it looks like it's between him and Perry. I think the thing is Williams. The word on Williams, their JUCO transfer, who honestly was, I was hyped for him too. So I'm looking for. All right, so Miami, Florida. I think Miami pulls the upset. We're gonna smoke North Carolina because they're absolute garbage. Beth Ann Cookman, garbage. Central Michigan, garbage. Shout out to Mike. You're Toledo. Sorry.
Not Central.
Virginia Tech, garbage. Georgia Tech, they had a great program last year, but they lost all their guys.
I'll give you one of those two.
Pitt we smoked last year with no offensive players.
You never know with Pitt though. They're a random team.
If we're not ranked in the top 5, we're fine.
All right.
They beat all right. It's actually look it up, Mike. They're like 10-0 against teams ranked in the top 5.
Yeah, you think you're gonna be ranked top 5?
No, I'm saying as long as we're not ranked in the top 5, we're fine.
Yeah. No, that's true though. They upset.
Florida State we're fine against because Willie Taggart is blowing that team up one shot at a time. Louisville has no defense. We're okay. Florida International's trash too, and Duke is trash. Honestly,
who's worse, Taggart or the ex-con, man?
I'm giving you like 7 tops on that.
Here are the 3 games we could lose: Florida, Pitt, Florida State. That's it.
I'm giving you 7 tops. You're gonna hit 7. Exactly.
I'm saying we may not lose to the ACC title game.
You said Clemson.
Yeah, but Clemson on our schedule apparently. I misread the.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So where the hell did that come into play?
ACC title game, baby.
That's your bye week.
Listen,
right.
No, like
you got 7 wins.
Here's the thing. Hear me out for a second.
All right.
Miami's schedule is easy. If they can even just pull off a field goal win over Florida. By the way, Miami always excels against mobile quarterbacks who can't get the ball down the field. They essentially have 3 easy games: at home against North Carolina, at home against Beth Ann Cookman, at home against Central Michigan.
You're given I don't have any faith in Miami. You're gonna lose some games that you're supposed to win. I know it. You're gonna have 7 wins
at Blacksburg. The last time that happened, they beat the living snot out of them.
You're losing to Virginia Tech in Blacksburg.
No.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
Who's gonna? We talked about this whole trip. They lost 8 of their best players to the transfer.
It's the return of Frank Beamer.
Also, hey, Mike.
Lost half their guys through the transfer portal. Their entire roster is shot to hell.
Mike, how does it feel to be once again the Big Ten champions? Because it's Ohio State, and that's all they ever do.
I think I actually saw you tweeting today about.
Yeah.
I was like, who? Big Ten. This should be.
Yeah, I said Rutgers has as much of a chance as anybody else in the Big Ten.
Hey, listen.
Nobody has a shot in that conference.
My boy was a backup quarterback at Rutgers. Just got promoted to. He's an assistant coach there now. My boy Rob Polo. Shout out.
Shout out to Rutgers, the worst team that's D1.
Listen. He's my boy though. He actually played football at Southern for 2 years before he transferred.
I'm not disrespecting.
Hey,
I know.
If he's your boy, he'll retweet this.
Listen, he's my old co-host when I was at college. Like I'm
sure he's a great dude, but that.
No, he's a nice dude on the planet. He had a little bit of a turnover.
I mean, they're worse than Kansas, especially now with Les Miles. right? I mean,
I'm not denying it. Rutgers' program is hot garbage.
No, all I'm saying is nobody has a chance in the Big Ten because Ohio State is more dominant in the Big Ten than Alabama is in the SEC. Like, honestly, at least Alabama has competition. They got Georgia, they got Auburn, they got LSU every year. Who the fuck does Ohio State have? Michigan? Like, Harbaugh's not ever gonna beat them.
Here's the problem. Last year,
Penn State. I just there's nothing.
So, like, I predicted last year on my podcast. I said on the podcast, and Mark ripped me a new asshole for 20 minutes about this. I said Clemson was gonna beat the crap out of Alabama. And he's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Who's Clemson played? Has anybody not asked?" Everyone's like, "Oh, Alabama's gonna sweep them. Alabama's gonna smoke them." I'm like, "Who's Alabama played all year?" And like everyone ignored that all year. And I'm like saying this, and I'm like, seriously, who have they played? And Mark couldn't give you an answer. And then I'm like, also Alabama had no athleticism last year. And
because I would argue Alabama's played tough fucking competition, but Clemson's more athletic.
Also, Alabama's schedule last year was hot garbage. This year,
it always is.
This year, their schedule's not.
Yeah, but you got it.
Open up, buddy.
Look, I'm not an Alabama fan, but I understand scheduling cupcake games like that because when you play in the SEC West, that's a fucking tough schedule.
Division,
yeah, that's a tough ass schedule. Like you need some rest games in there.
But almost finished like at 7 wins or less last year.
Dude, they look at recruits. They always have the highest 5-star recruits, biggest dudes. Like I'm just saying. The SEC West has been dominant for the past 10 years. So when that's all you're playing, I get it. That wears you down.
Their second team would essentially start anywhere else in the nation.
And I agree. I picked Clemson to win that game too because I thought they were more athletic and, they have great coaching as well. But I feel like people give Alabama too hard of a time for that. Where I'm like, who the fuck does anybody else play?
All right, Alabama's schedule reads like this. Duke, New Mexico, South Carolina, Southern Miss, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Arkansas, LSU, possibly an upset there, Mississippi State, Western Carolina, and then the Iron Bowl. They're gonna go 11-0 again. Or 10-1.
A&M will put up a fight. They always do against Alabama. LSU could be an upset. Auburn could be an upset.
It is in College Station.
Right.
So you talked about the cult following they have there. So
A&M's really good at losing to teams they shouldn't
and beating up on
putting up, and then they never beat Alabama or teams like that, but they always make them sweat.
Make it interesting,
so that's A&M will do that to them, whereas Auburn and LSU legitimately might be an upset. I don't know. It's the SEC West. I'm not saying it's as good as it was a couple of years ago, but they have tough ass teams.
All right. By the way, when I was talking about Virginia's schedule, Virginia got hosed on their schedule. But we're not going to go into that right now. I could talk ACC forever, but they play 3 games on the road. It's in a row. It's just.
Well, the ACC embarrassed me last year, so I'm off the ACC now.
Here's the thing. Also, we also had a weird year with the ACC where we had a lot of teams who were predicted to be good. Virginia Tech, Miami.
Right, and they fucking embarrassed me.
Well, here's the
problem. On my podcast being like, yo, ACC, and then they would lose. I'm like, I can't do it anymore.
Mark Richt should have retired at the end of the year before. He should have never come back after that first loss. And the problem is, you could tell after week 3 he'd mailed it in. His play calling was absolute hot garbage.
Well, I still stand by my statement that the Big Ten is trash. Other than Ohio State, obviously, I think Ohio State's legit. Not questioning them, Mike.
I'm not one of those loopies.
Right, but when I look at the Big Ten, I'm like, there's a lot of garbage teams there.
Oh yeah.
I want Michigan to be relevant. I want them.
Right, because that would make the Big Ten more fun.
Yes,
exactly.
Exactly.
I know,
that's like Georgia.
All I know is as long as Michigan State is trash, so KJ can sit in his own filth. That's fine by me.
But it's like when Georgia finally got good again in the SEC East.
Oh, it
made the SEC a lot more fun because you were like, oh, I remember when Florida was good in the SEC East, and now it's fun again. It's the same thing. If Michigan could be good again and put up some kind of competition to Ohio State, I would give a lot more credit to the Big Ten.
The beauty about college football is, and you guys will test this, as long as there's 2 good teams, if these 2-sided conferences. Let's say, if Miami and Clemson are both good for the next 10 years and they duke it out every year in the ACC, it makes it fun. Same thing in the Big Ten.
It's a big if, but yeah.
Hey, listen, Get off my ass. All right, I'm done with you, Pablo Escobar. Hey, listen, Escobar, I don't want to freaking hear it. All right, and like same thing. What you said about Michigan, Ohio State. Then you go out west. You got Texas, Oklahoma. If they could be like duking it out again.
Yeah, right.
I know how much you love Texas. And then, the Pac-12, you have like SC and Oregon going at it every year.
Well, I gave up on the Pac, so.
Well, is the Pac-12 still Division I at this point? They're awful. Hey, my cousin's getting her doctorate at UW, and I'm like,
they need to be equal with the AAC in the Mountain West Conference at this point. They just need to kind of merge it.
It should just be 7-on-7.
Listen. You should have the 4 power conferences, and then you have like the Mountain West and the Pac kind of duking it in the AAC, all duking out for that last spot.
Yep, I agree.
It's a joke. They are awful.
Except for
the only thing that gives me hope in that conference is Justin Hebert. That's it.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Whatever. Anyways, we strayed way off topic because I had to go take a shit. So
I knew
these guys here,
Carter,
these guys just kept it rolling, so I appreciate it. But we're running about 50 minutes here, and Jared didn't. Well, Jared did probably most of the talking, anyways. But to Rattlesnake and Chairgatin, check out that BellyUp's official NASCAR podcast. A lot of big name guests, whether it's the ARCA series all the way up to Austin Dillon. He's got a lot of things coming. He's got a few races he'll be going to.
In fact, in September, Darlington coming up, I am going to be on the pit. I'm going to interview multiple drivers. It's going to be huge. Like, I'm going to have some of the best access of any news network. Like, I'm going to be with Fox and NBC. So it's going to be fucking huge. Yeah, so everybody watch out for that shit.
You better be decked out in BellyUp gear.
I am, yeah. So there's a dress code, so I'm getting a polo with the BellyUp logo, like, stitched into it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's lit.
Knowing me, I'll probably get blackout drunk, though, and fuck everything up, but,
Stick to the quarters.
Robin's racing.
Stick to that.
Like have a problem interview.
No, be like Mike and drink nothing but Michelob. You'll be good.
You have to shit or piss. So
trying to
whatever.
shred those LBs, man.
Well, boys, I down this monster, so we're all set.
Yeah, you had one beer the whole episode.
Actually, no, it's my second one. The first one's over on the desk.
It was an IPA. Remember the beginning of this episode?
Shout out to Bad Martha's on Martha's Vineyard for the 508 IPA.
Straight. They gotta pay for that.
Paying for you.
Oh, easy.
Anyways, to Corner Booth over here, they recorded episode 167 tonight?
Episode 50. Hey, listen, don't knock us for episode 50. It was our 50th anniversary today. Wink.
With their 50th co-host.
And we made a joke at Mark's expense today about how I've had 100% attendance. Mark's been here for about 28 episodes, Kevin for about 26, and then Jack and David made up the last,
I feel like, does Mark have a sister?
No.
I feel like you're dating his sister or something like that. Or maybe one of his brothers, whatever.
Wait, would you say I should date his sister?
No, I'm just saying, I feel like the way you harass him, like you're dating somebody in his family, so it ultimately had to be a brother.
Right. Yeah. He's from Maine. Or something up there.
I'm from Connecticut.
Well.
It's all the same thing. What do you mean? It's all Connecticut, Maine. What's the difference?
Listen, once I go south of freaking Mississippi, everything starts blending. Maryland starts blending to me.
Whoa, easy.
All right, wait to the next.
You're coming back on my podcast.
Or the next 5 episodes, we get another exclusive.
The Yankees versus the Southerners.
South lost.
I was like the Yankees versus dude, we should do Civil War Part 2. And then we can argue the North versus the South. It's genius.
Let's get out of here. All right, we're going to end it on that.
Yeah, Pablo Escobar's getting a little too slave-esque for me at this point.
Whoa.
I didn't get out of here. To all the companies who work with Statement Games, Design Trees, all those guys, Drew over at Design Tree, all those guys. He had his Alex Morgan shirt up. He does a lot. We got a Chairgatin shirt. We got, well, not even Chairgatin. I mean, just in general, he's got the NASCAR shirts. By the way,
boys, corner booth shirts dropping in September. Get ready.
Oh yeah, who are you going through? You didn't run this by me.
Well, you're first time too. We're gonna do the Drop the Smooth Jazz shirts, and we're probably gonna do just the basic logo one too.
There you go. We'll get Carter to cut everything in and put it in here, and get it all squared.
He is the unsung hero.
I was just gonna big props to Carter. I know we shouted him out producer and kind of editor, cuts everything up for us. We appreciate it.
When's he gonna start working for me?
Where's my sweet shirt for calling me John? Like, seriously, I'm like offended right now. Y'all haven't
I
said
love it. KJ is supposed to go there and take a tour of their facilities and stuff like that. We'll see.
Yeah, well, let's see if he gets off these 24-hour shifts working with Martha Stewart, okay?
Jesus. But anyways, I appreciate you guys coming on, Chairgatin Corner Booth. Looking forward to next time, guys.
Hell yeah.
See you guys.
Later.